welcome to the stream. Big ups to everyone who's tuning in so far. We got a lot of news to talk about today. I'm excited to cover it all because it's exciting hearing about transfer news for me. It never gets old, in my opinion, and I thought that this would be a good time to do a transfer news stream, transfer roundup, if you will. So yeah, here we are, going to be discussing the latest news in terms of transfers because, tell you what, last 24, 48 hours, a lot has kind of popped off, but especially since the Liverpool match. So yeah, we'll have a look at all that good stuff right now. So big ups to anyone who's tuning in currently. We are going to just switch the tab over. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So here we are. Here's Sissy Extra's feed. Good news. Erling Haaland trained as normal today ahead of Tottenham. So it looks like he might be back. FC Porto goalkeeper Diogo Costa is City's number one target in for replacing Edison. And he will be joining the club in the summer, according to Santi JFM. Initial contacts are suggesting anyway. He's 25 years old currently. And we got in the chat, hello Tarsif, second time seeing you today, big up. Yeah, but Diogo Costa, great goalkeeper from everything I hear. You know, he's 25. I'm not going to sit and say I watch him every week, but he definitely doesn't seem bad. But yeah, like I mentioned, he's 25. You know, he's not a youngster joining. He's a relatively mature keeper going into his prime. I believe he's 26 this season, this year. So yeah, we'll see how he does. Claudio Echeverri, if you don't know, he's going to be training with Sissy on Thursday after the Tottenham away game on Wednesday night. And all being well, he'll be available for Plymouth. So something to be excited about, Blues. Doku speaking on stuff there. Here we go. So from I'm not even going to attempt to say that. Yes, we need to sign him. Apparently, he might go on loan. Who? Diogo Costa? Oh wait, no, you're probably talking about Echeverri there. My bad. Yeah, I do think Echeverri going on loan is a possibility. I think he'll be given pre-season and obviously the remainder of this season to impress Pep, and then Pep will decide whether he thinks he'll be utilised or not this season. But look, contacts remain constant at City with the entourage of Andrea Cambasso, Hugo Viana's priority option at right back. That is added to discussions established with the entourage of Torino midfielder Samuel Enrique, Sporting centre-back Usman Diomande, and of course Florian Wirtz, the subject of discussions over several months. So look, we very clearly have our eyes on this guy, and if we're to believe that word for word, we've been speaking about this guy for a while now. Whether contact has been made, don't know, to be honest. You'd think maybe initial contacts and, you know, just saying like, yeah, we're interested in you. We might even make a move in the summer, you know, maybe just contacts like that. But hey, look, we absolutely need this guy, and for me, he's got to be one of the first signings we make. Andrea Cambiasso as well, you know, he's having a brilliant season. Samuel Enrique, he's just signed a contract extension, but there's probably a release clause in there, to be honest. There is probably a release clause. Big ups to everyone tuning in so far. Diomande, he's been like, you know, he's pretty young, Diomande. There's another young centre-back that we could be signing. Let me just double-check his age. Yeah, he's 21, 22 this year, so older than Kusanov and Vital Hayes, but by no means like old or in his prime. Again, someone with years to come ahead of him. He's having a brilliant season, to my knowledge, with Sporting. You know, he's really been shining since about December 2023, and it's kind of been an out-and-out starter, it seems, for this Sporting team. You know, we'll have a look in depth at all these guys in just a minute. And so, yeah, we'll click off that. Now then, of course, there is this elephant in the room. All the players that could be leaving. City have told the entourage of 7 City players have already been informed by the club to find an exit at in the first days of the summer market. Grealish, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Stones, Kova, Ilkay Gundogan, Edison, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd be surprised if Mateus Nunes isn't also in this list. So that's 7/8 big players that you could be seeing shifted out by the sounds of it early. They don't want to. It doesn't look like City really want to hold on to these guys until beyond July. It looks like they want to make their business, get players in for preseason, and get it working. So, Nico, just some Nico quotes. Look, I don't know who this guy is. Don't know how reliable he is, but the most recent noises coming from Kevin De Bruyne's camp suggest he wants to stay at Man City and is okay with the idea of playing a bit part role next season. Look, keep De Bruyne or not. The bottom line is De Bruyne can't be that starter for us anymore. That guy that we've relied on. Okay, we can't rely on him, and we can't be starting him. He it's quite rightly said, bit part role. Someone that maybe comes off the bench from time to time, starts the old game, but isn't a starter. Isn't a regular starter. For all intents and purposes, that should be Florian Wirtz in that role next season in De Bruyne's area. Again, according to Hurst class, Florian Wirtz is the top target for the summer, and he should be. We should be making contacts about that now. Cambiasso, we've already done some of the work on. I suspect we were speaking to him in January. Okay, we should be speaking to Florian Wirtz right now. Okay, because look, Real Madrid, they might come sniffing. They very well might come sniffing Real Madrid, and we can't lose that. Erling Haaland, we had that signing done in May. It was quite easy because it was a release clause. Haaland was a City fan. It felt like a good step up for him, and it was a good step up, wasn't it? Off the back of City winning 2 Prems in a row, still hunting that Champions League. Haaland was foreseen as that guy that could bring it to us, and well, look, he was. Everything, the stars kind of align for Haaland. The stars don't necessarily align for Wirtz. I'd be surprised if he's a Man City fan. I don't think his parent played for City, to my knowledge. Now then, on the step up part, you could argue it's correct, but look, Leverkusen are probably quite happy with their squad at the moment, and some of the players, they might not feel like moving ship yet. This Leverkusen side, let's just have a quick look. Leverkusen table. They're second in the Bundesliga, 8 points behind, but they're still second, but they're also 8 points clear of third, So by no means are they having a bad season, Leverkusen. It's not like the drop-off's been wild. They've only lost 1 game in the Bundesliga, so look, they are having still a good season, Leverkusen. So there's just things to account. Wirtz doesn't necessarily need to move. He can stay another year and even further his development, become an even better player. I've spoken a lot about Florian Wirtz recently, so he's not going to be a main topic for the stream. But you cannot emphasize how much he fits the profile we need. Harder to do than Haaland, the fee and all that, it's going to be more difficult, and that's why I start early and get that stuff done, because we're going to absolutely need it. We're absolutely going to need it. McAtee remaining a transfer target for Bayer Leverkusen ahead of the summer, and City see Florian Wirtz, who could seamlessly play into their style, and Leverkusen would consider asking for McAtee as part of negotiations. Look, if that happens, it happens, and And if Leverkusen be willing to do business with us, because we have McAtee, then we should absolutely be looking into that. Don't let ourselves get ripped off. But look, it's never going to be easy to sign a player of his quality. So that's let's have a look at Cambiasso real quick, because we looked at him off the back of in January. He's 25 now, so again, he's not super duper young. But look, I believe we signed Kyle Walker at when he was like 27. So if you're worried about his age, 25 is not even an age to be worried about. I say more your 25s, your 29s, your 30s. That is the kind of signing that maybe you should be worried about-ish, because a bit of an older profile and kind of it's still in their prime, but entering the back of it. So yeah, let's have a look at Cambiasso now. Don't really know how good he's been as of late, but I know that he is having a great season, as quite clearly shown. June 2024, he was worth 25 million, and this season he's gone all the way up to 40. So there is no doubt about it that he is a good player. Thank you. Man, just the jump scare. It's just not necessary. It's just absolutely not necessary. I didn't even want that. Blinking heck. Put me off using blinking transfer mark. Right, let's go back on. Gotta watch it a bit more. Blinking heck. Let me find a way to get us back on screen. Again, big ups to everyone who's tuned in so far. Do appreciate that. Let's get Florian Wirtz up on air. So, look, again, I spoke about Florian Wirtz recently enough, but look, 28 GNA this season. It's only going up. Like, literally, what was his last game? 22nd, which was just on the weekend, got an assist. His biggest game drought seems to have been 5 games without goal contribution. 5 games, okay, and you might think, 5 games, that's not great. Okay, and sure, it's not. Okay, for a player that you'd be signing for over 100 mil. But then you look at the 6 goal contributions worth of games in a row, and then a 2-game break, and then 2 more games of getting 5 GNA, and then a 3-game break, and then he's picked up another GNA. So, look, I wouldn't. This patch, if that's seriously what we're worrying about, which it shouldn't be, then we've got to have a look at ourselves if that's our biggest concern. We've had players with worse spells. Cambiasso, just one more look at this guy because we didn't even get to have a look. He's got 4 GNA. He's a right back, though. Now, in terms of positions that he can play in, left back, right back, and right. Is that where I can mute that? Alright, they could like at least play it on mute or something. It's just making me lose my trail of thought. Now the good thing is about this, again, he can play both flanks. I suspect he'd be a right back, to be honest with us. I'd be surprised if his main position was left back for us, considering Vardio. So I think he will be a right back for us. And he can go into the midfield. I think he's going to be very much filling that John Stones role. If you look at treble season, John Stones would often start at the right back, but then he'd drift into midfield, and it worked like a treat. And I think Cambiasso would do the same, but maybe even excel in it a bit more, to be fair. But yeah, in terms of yellows and reds, he's had no reds and he's had 4 yellows, which isn't awful. So let's have a look at Riki now. Who again, not long signed a long-term deal. Maybe there's a release clause in there that can help us out a bit. But, oh no, he hasn't signed a long-term deal. I think it was a 2-year extension, it seems. But 3 goal contributions, so they're not Rodri numbers, but we don't need them to be now because we got Nico G. Now, don't know what his position would be because we're going to have Rodri, Nico, and if we sign this guy, that's 3 DMs. So I don't know if he's going to be a CDM or a central midfielder for us. Could very well be taking that Kovacic role. I don't know. I don't really know Samuel Riki that much. I've known of him for a while, but don't really know him. Don't really know too much about him. He's going to be 24 in August, so that we're signing young players, but we're not signing youngsters, if you get me. That's what Vital Hayes was, Kusanov and Savinio were. They were youngsters. Okay, but doesn't seem to be the case with Samuel Riki, to be honest. But again, something to keep an eye on. I reckon he has got release clause in there, because I'd be surprised if he did sign a contract extension. Otherwise, Diomande. Here we go. Big ups everyone tuning in. Appreciate it. Make sure to drop a comment in the chat. Let me know which one of these signings you think would be best for us. Because I think, there's a lot of names floating around. I'm curious whether we'll even get all of them. But Diomande, look, another young defender. Main position centre-back. He's gotten 2 goals from this season, but that's not the main area that we should be looking at. I mean, look at this. If this doesn't tell you what Hugo Viana can be like, I don't know what does. Signed for under 10 million, and this guy will probably sell. This guy's probably going to cost us, if we do sign him, and depending on when we do, this guy's probably going to cost us 60 to 80 mil. Maybe 50 at a low point, and with some clauses in there. But, I think it just shows how good Hugo Viana is at finding just gems. Look at that. Have we ever signed someone for under 10 mil and will be sold on for at least 50? Have we? When was the last time we did that? Because we signed Zinchenko on the sheet for like 1.5 million and we sold him for like 30. So that was pretty good. But other than Zinchenko, when did we last pull something like that off? It just seems to be something that Hugo Viana's pretty good at. Now then, we'll have a look at Costa. Diogo Costa. There we go. Again, 40 million. This guy's probably going to cost us like 50 mil, would be my guess, to be honest. Don't really know how good he's been this season. I don't know what these symbols mean. I wish I did. I really wish I did. But if I was to have a guess, personally, he's club captain for his side, so fair play to him there. But yeah, if I was to have a guess, maybe this is goals conceded. Yeah, that it said 18 goals conceded there, and I'm going to guess this is clean sheets. Yes, so goals conceded, clean sheets. So he's gotten 12 clean sheets in 22 matches. That's over 50% of his games. You failed football yesterday. Welcome to the chat, Ziad. I'm going to call you Ziad. Ziad. I'm not too sure I'd say your other name. But you failed football yesterday. We didn't fail football, we failed ourselves. But yeah, welcome to the chat. I think we both wish City could have won that. But yeah, look, pretty good record this season in terms of clean sheets. Europa League, don't really know what the oppositions are that he's faced, but look, still keeping a good amount of clean sheets, helping his team out. I'll check. Let's check the League of Portugal right now. Have a quick look there. Oh wow, Porto are playing right now, by the way. So there you go. They are right now. Because they're drawing right now, they have the potential to go to 49 points if they win the game, which is 4 points off Benfica and Sporting, who are currently fighting for the title at the top. So there you go. Wow, looks like Sporting have kind of bottled it a little bit because they've had 3 draws in a row, and so yeah, it looks like they're kind of bottling it there. But yeah, look, Benfica Portugal. He seems to have a pretty good record on a whole there. He's come right from the academy by the looks of it, fair play. 187 games for Portugal, and he's gotten 79 clean sheets and just 165 goals conceded. That's less than a goal conceded per game, to be fair. So that's a pretty good record, to be fair. Yeah, placed one on the top side too. We were linked with Costa for Onana, but Costa has mistakes in him, like Onana. Remember then Rashford and Højlund goals against him this season. I haven't watched that. I did hear about that though. So look, we have got to be careful because the goalkeepers can either go great or not so great depending on who you go for. Edison for the most part went really well. It was a great buy from Benfica, and don't know how Costa would perform for us. It really is a risky buy, goalkeepers, because some, like I mentioned, some can be class when you sign them, but others can just not be quite so, not quite to that level. So we have to be careful. And the Costa seems to be the main guy that we got our eyes on at the moment, but we'll see how he is. I'll try watch some clips of him soon, so I can get a proper look at his game. Apparently his distribution's pretty good though, from what I hear. So we've spoken about those 4 players, spoken about Costa. We've mentioned Echeverri. Now, in terms of players leaving the club, we'll have a quick look at McAtee, because McAtee could very well be on the way out if we use him in a deal to sign Wirtz, which look, Saudi Noise clearly got to Edison. Yeah,
the new £5 meal deal from McDonald's. Cheeseburger or mayo chicken, fries, 4 chicken McNuggets.
I don't want your thinking burger. Oh my lord. It just jumps you. It actually just jumps you. Out of nowhere. Just puts the volume on. Saudi Noise clearly got to Edison. Yeah. Look, pretty obvious that Edison will be gone in the summer. He'll get that Saudi move, probably, and he'll be quite happy, I reckon. He'll be on a big paycheck, that's for sure. But yeah, look, McAtee, I think this guy's a top player, and I think at Leverkusen he'd probably ball it out. Hasn't even had 10 games worth of minutes for City, which just feels so bad, but oh well. It is what it is, 108 minutes per goal for us this season. I know we got 3 of them against Salford, don't get me wrong, but still, he's got to score him. Now, and the other players leaving, we did have a look at this the other day, but anyone in particular? I guess we'll have a quick look at Kev, because he has been a very big talking point past couple of days. Here he is. KDB, look, there's no chance of selling him. It's either going to be, do we give him a contract extension, or do we sell him? Or do we let him go on a free? So, look, this season's on 2 goals, 6 assists in the Prem, 1 goal in the FA Cup.
The new £5
oh my lord, leave me alone. And yeah, so what's that in total? 3 goals, 9 assists. No, it's 3 goals, 6 assists. Yeah, 3 goals, 6 assists in 27 games. That's about 500 minutes per goal contribution. So look, to his standard, 500 minutes per goal. By the looks of it. So look, to his standards, he probably wishes he was doing a bit better. But look, he's getting older. We all knew this would happen. Ibrahim Hussein, welcome to the chat. I am Tassif, brother. I subbed. Wow, big ups to that. You're more than welcome in the chat. My brother is busy right now. Oh, well, big ups. Big ups for tuning in, I guess, in his place, I suppose. Thank you. Currently talking about Kevin De Bruyne even. We did just briefly speak about McAtee, though. Look, he's had a great career for City, and whether he stays or whether he goes now is really coming to a bit of chance. You know, it depends whether he's doesn't mind being a bit part player. De Bruyne is washed. I still think he's solid, but he can't be that guy that started every game for us and was that guy that would come up with the big goals like he was in this season. You know, well, don't get me wrong, Haaland was the guy with the goals this season, but you know, De Bruyne still came up with some goals from time to time. All you got to do is have a look at where's Real Madrid? Where's Real Madrid? Champions League. Look, 2 assists in the 4-0 win against Madrid. 1 goal, huge goal at the Bernabeu. You know, an assist against Bayern Munich. 2 goal contributions there. You know, he can't be that guy anymore. I miss the old KDB, don't we all? Look, if KDB's going to have any role at this club, it's got to be that bit part role that we heard about, and it's got to be like that Modric role. He's not the main guy anymore. He will never be that main guy for us again. He will come off the bench, try and perform a little bit of magic, and if he can't do that, then you gotta let him go if he can't do that role. So that's the only role I see him playing. He can't be the main guy. The main guy's got to be Wirtz, who takes his place. So, yeah, that's how it is in my head, anyway. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne, look, he's had a great career at City, hasn't he? So, yeah, we'll have a look at John Stones now. I think every City fan has a love for John Stones because I think City fans know the most how good this guy truly is. You know, he's been at the club for almost 10 years, but ultimately, this is what has killed his City career for me. The injuries. You know, look, in his second season, 3 injuries. In his third season, there's one at the top there. 3 injuries. His 4th season, 3 injuries. His 5th season, 3 injuries. Treble season, 2 injuries. Last season, 1 injury, so that was an improvement. But this season, 4 injuries. And I think this one's probably going to put him out for most of it. So, look, there's no doubt he gets reoccurring injuries. He's just a very injury-prone guy, John Stones, and for me, he's got to go. When will 115 charges be updated? Apparently, we're going to have a verdict within the spring period, so maybe March, maybe April. We'll see. John Stones always comes up in clutch moments, yeah. But it's looking like he's going to go. It's probably the right move. We can't keep someone on the books that can't stay fit for more than 5 games. You know, let's have a look at his current season. You know, scored 3 goals for us this season. Fair play to him. Including 2 big goals in the Premier League. Both of them last-minute goals, weren't they? So, but, I mean, just look at that. You can't have that. You can't have this and think, let's keep him. You know, next season, summer's coming up. It's the last chance to get a bit of money on him because his contract runs out in 2026. It's the last chance to get money on him. Now, I do feel a little bad because he won't complete his 10 years at the club, but I think you just got to be ruthless in this situation. Who's your favourite non-Man City player? It's a good question, that. You know, I've always loved Marco Asensio, who's at Villa now. Mainly because on old FIFAs, I always used to sign him, bring him to Man City, and just turn him into an absolute beast. And so, yeah, for me, Marco Asensio, despite him being at Villa now, you know, It was always a bit of a wish I had in my head that he'll one day join City. Never happened, but well, maybe in another life, maybe in one of my career modes. But yeah, Marco Asensio, bit of a curveball, that one, I'll say. I don't think many people speak about Marco Asensio a lot. I think he kind of got I think he was a bit unlucky to come through Real Madrid's academy, whilst Bale, Ronaldo, and Benzema were still balling it out for them. You know, maybe if he comes through a couple years later, I think maybe he can have a real proper impact. But oh well. Yeah, but John Stones, we all love the guy, but yeah, we can't keep playing a guy that can't stay fit. Ultimately, you know that you know, even for his international, he hasn't been fit for all of them. It annoys me sometimes because he got injured playing for his international team at one point. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind international service, but he has gotten injured whilst on international service, and it's just put him out. You know, rushed him back for the Tottenham game, and then he was out for 3 more. Then he played against Villa. Then he was out for 5. Then he got probably like one of his longest runs of games for City and got injured again. So there you go. Gundo. Have a quick look at Gundo. Misspelled Gundogan. I used to always think it had a U in it, you know. Always used to think it was. Okay, Gundogan. He's gotten 2 goals, 4 assists, and 2 goals, 2 assists. That's alright. Yeah, we all love Ilkay. We always will. But he can't do that. He can't do it at this level anymore for me. Not even as a off the bench player. I just don't think he's got it anymore. We'll always love the guy, but yeah. Sadly, things are going to come to an end of Ilkay, despite him only returning not so long ago. You know, he's turning 35 in October, so yeah, we just got to. It's the right thing to do. So let him go. Now then, a man who holds the title for being City's most expensive signing ever, Jack Grealish, looks like his time will be coming to an end. Off the back of this season, can't really knock it, to be honest. You know, he's on 2 goals, 5 assists, but I mean, you look at this, 4 of them are in the FA Cup against Salford and Leyton Orient. Okay, when it's actually mattered, 1 assist in the Prem, 1 goal in the Champs, and an assist probably against Watford or Tottenham. You know, he can't. I don't think he can do it at this level either. I don't think he's cut out for it. Not because of his age. I just don't think he's got it in his locker. Grealish, just maybe in a different club, maybe in a different system, because he's obviously a talented player. You know, you don't do what he did at Villa for nothing. So, you know, he's obviously a talented player, but I just don't think he's got it in his locker to do it in this system anymore and anything like that. By the way, is it true that Ruben Diaz might leave? To my knowledge, no, I've heard nothing on that. You know, City Extra haven't mentioned it. But hey, if that news comes out, we'll be live about that, trust me. Should I cover anyone else? Let's have a look. Because I have already spoken about these players a lot. Now, we'll leave it there. This has been quite a late stream, but quite a good one at the same time. So, look, thank you to everyone who tuned in on quite a late one. We don't often go live so late, but I wanted to go live about this, and I'm happy I have, because more streams the better. I feel like doing these. So, yeah, big ups to you all. Big ups to whoever tuned into Doom stream earlier. It's not often that I do the gaming streams first, but like a change, didn't I? So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the support as per usual. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and if you don't want to miss the next one, which will be tomorrow, then you better hit the notification bell whilst you're at it. Big ups to you all. See you in the next one.